Okay, so this is going to be the level 2 that we were supposed to get to today. You'll be working, some of you working on it tomorrow, some of you had it for homework. I only going to go through what is important that you need to do. You're going to figure out the computations and you'll be turning this one in tomorrow. Others that haven't gotten it, you're going to do the same thing, working it out and then turning it in. So Jonathan worked 20 and 1/2 hours every week for 3 weeks. If he makes, and then we have for 3 weeks, if he makes $12.50 per hour, how much does he earn after 3 weeks? Okay, so we know that he worked 20 and a half hours every week for 3 weeks. So this is going to be a multi-step. So I want you to make sure. So I'm going to document the facts that I know. He worked 20 and 1/2 hours every week. And this is going to be for 3 weeks. And he earns $12.50 per hour. So for each hour. The question is how much does he earn after 3 weeks? And I'm going to put total. How much does he earn total after the 3 weeks? Okay. So I'm giving a part, I have another part, and I need to find the whole. So in this particular one, and so so immediately if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be adding or multiplying, you're absolutely right. So I'm going to think of it this way. I'm going to draw a picture. This is week 1, and he worked 20 and 1/2 hours. This is week 2. So I'm going to put week 1, week 2, it's 20 and 1/2 hours. And here is week 3, 20 and 1/2 hours. Okay. So the first thing that I need to do is to find out what's this total number of hours he worked. Or if you're wanting to, you can find out what 20 and a half times 12.5 and then multiply that by 3. So you can see you can do it differently. So I'm going to go ahead and add this up. 20, 40, 60. So I have 60 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole plus another half. So I'm going to add my whole. So it's 61 and 1/2 hours that he worked. Okay. And you know that it's every week. Didn't say for the total of 3 weeks. So it's every week for 3 weeks. Now I need to multiply that out. But I'm going to change this from a fraction to a decimal. Very good. So now I have 60.5. And I'm going to put oh, my brain just went bonkers, right? It's $12.50 times 60.5. I'm going to go ahead and so you can work it out this way. Or if you want it smaller numbers, remember that you know that this is how much he earns a week. So how much did he earn weekly? So you can do 12. I'm going to put or $12.50 times 20.5. Okay, so which one do you want to do? The larger one or the smaller one? Okay, well, let's start off with the smaller. I know I said we were going to do the large, but let's do the smaller. So you're going to multiply that out. So that's going to be your choice. And we're going to do this one together. And then you're going to work on these next two. I will help set that up for you. And then you will work it out. Okay. So here I have, I'm going to take the decimals out. I have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move, I have move 3 decimal spots. So I keep that in mind over here. So I have 1250 times 205. 5 times 0 equals, and see, for me, it's a lot easier. Take those decimals out, multiply it. I already know how many times I'm going to move it once I get my product. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Okay, so I'll double check. So that's 0, 25, 10, 11, 12, 5, and 6. Cross this out, put a 0 as my hero, and I'm moving to the tens. Well, it's all zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Finished up my ones and my tens, and now I'm moving to the hundreds. Okay? So remember, for me, it's easier to put zeros or my heroes, so I don't put the digits in the wrong place holder. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Regroup. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. And 2 times 1 is 2. Now I'm going to add those up, making sure everything is lined up. I have 0, I have 5, I have 2, I have 6, I have 5, and I have 2. I already said I was going to move my decimal over 3 times. So it's 1, 2, 3. So he earns $256.25 for each week. So not bad. He's only working the 20 and a half hours and he gets paid $12.50 an hour. So he must be going to school. And so that's not a bad part-time job there. So now I have, it's 1, 2, 3. So for this week, he earned 256.25. This next week, 256.25. And this next week, 256.25. I'm going to go ahead and add those up. I can multiply that out by 3. But if you're wanting to add them, you can. I'm just going to multiply 256.25 times 3 weeks. 3 times 5 is 15. Regroup. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 times 6 is 18. Regroup. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Regroup. 3 times 2 plus 1 is 7. So I'm going to double check to make sure my math is correct. 3 times 5 is 15. That's 6, 7. That is 18. Regroup. 15, 16. 6 and 7. So now I'm going to move it over twice. So it's $768.75 he made in 3 weeks. If you're wanting to check yourself, I know that 25 plus 25 plus 25 is my 75 cents. 3 sixes is 18. So far, so good. I have this here, here, and here, 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 and here. That's correct. 5, 10, 15, 16. That's correct. Regroup my 1. I have 2, 4, 6, and 1 is 7. So I can see that I've checked my work and that is right. So I need to make it into a complete sentence. So Jonathan earned, put my dollar sign, $768.75. Or I can put a total is what I should. A total of $768.75 in 3 weeks. I would normally spell out the word 3. It's THREE, so that you will know that that's what it what it means. Okay, I'm going to underline my answer. Okay, so the next one we're going to just set up and you're going to be doing those computations. This next one here is Mr. Evans purchased 2 volleyballs. That cost $24.25 each, and a pair of shoes that cost $149.99. If he gives the cashier $200, how much change should he get back? Let's set it up. This is where he's purchasing 2 volleyballs that cost $24.25 each. So I'm going to pull that information out. 2 at $24.25 each. Or you can write it out like this. I should have written 2 volleyballs. I can do volleyball, $24.25, and then I'm writing another volleyball. So I don't forget to double it up, $24.25. And then here, shoes at $149.99. And then I can just put the shoes $149.99. Now he pays with 200. What am I trying to find? How much change? So how much change? My brain just smushed it all together. So how much change does he get back? Question mark. Okay, remember that you're going to write this in a complete sentence when you figure it out and then show in your work. Let's go to the next one. Clara has driven 8 1/4 hours on one day. And what does that and mean? 9 1/4 hours on day 2. If her average speed is 64 miles per hour, how far has Clara traveled? You can do this several ways. We're looking at we have 2 parts, and we needed to find a whole, and then we need to find her average speed. So you can add these 2 together and then multiply. So I'm going to write this down. We have day 1, 8 1/4, or 8.25, because it's going to be 1/4 out of 4. And then I have day 2. I have 9 1/4, or 9.25. So you can add these up again because they have the same denominator, and then multiply it or do it by each day. And so her average speed, she travels 64 miles per hour, and we need to find out how far she's traveled. Question: how far does Clara travel? Now, how would you work that one out? Okay, and so those of you that received it will get this one, and then the others will complete tomorrow. All right, thanks a lot, and have a great evening. Don't forget, you do have your unit, you have a quiz, and then your unit test coming up. It was scheduled for Thursday. We may push that back on Friday, but irregardless, you do have your unit test this week.